Pop-Tarts are one of America's favorite breakfast treats. Why? I have no idea. I love them personally, and I don't even know what they are, to be honest. Like, how do you make a Pop-Tart? Is it bread? Is it candy? I don't know. All I know is that we are gonna be making it from scratch today, so we're gonna find out. But before that happens, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button right now on this video, okay? I'm trying to get the goal of 4 million subscribers, and that's not possible unless you subscribe. So please, hit the subscribe button and tell at least one friend to subscribe. Maybe I can hit 8 million subscribers. Just subscribe. Okay. So in order to make Pop-Tarts, there is a lot of different steps, but we're gonna start off with making the jam. So what goes into this jam? These are the ingredients. Strawberries, sugar, and lemon juice? Wait a second, lemon juice inside of a Pop-Tart? Hey, I guess that's how you make Pop-Tarts. Either way, we're gonna need to first cut off the hair of the strawberries. I call it the hair because it looks like, you know, spiky hairdo, you know what I mean? Like that's its head, and I have the same shaped head as a strawberry. So once you got your top off of all your strawberries, they're in your pot and they're almost ready. What we need to add now to make these strawberries even sweeter is 1.5 cups of sugar. Yeah, and you can honestly probably even add more if you want more sugar. I'm gonna leave it at 1.5. Here's the 1/2 cup of sugar. And here is our other cup of sugar. Boom. There's honestly more sugar than there is strawberries at this point, but hey, that's the way you gotta make these Pop-Tarts. That's why they say Pop-Tarts are not good for you. All right, now let's move over to the stove. We need to kind of crush these up a little bit because I don't know what happens if you just cook sugar like this. Like I feel like that could cause a serious fire. So we need some kind of liquid in there. So we're gonna start smashing these up a little bit. Just get some liquid in there. And you wanna continually stir for the next 15 minutes as well. So get your arm muscles ready.
If it starts sticking to the bottom, it's too hot. So just keep an eye on that.
As it gets hotter, they will get softer and they will get easier to smash. So don't worry if you can't smash them all in the beginning. Just give it a little time and you'll be able to smash them all very soon. As good as that looks, that's just straight sugar. Guys, I always take your advice too. So if you have any advice on what you guys want to see me cook next, because I took your advice when I was using a metal spoon in there, now I got a wooden one. You guys are welcome. So as you can see, our strawberries are looking very liquidy in there. It almost looks like it could be something that you put in a Pop-Tart, but it's not nearly ready, okay? So once it starts boiling, that's when the timer starts. And that's when you cook for 15 minutes. And then after that, you'll be good.
Let's add the lemon juice.
Are we sure we want to do this?
I don't know.
It just don't seem right, but you know what? That's what the recipe says, so we're gonna follow it. We're seeing, will this be a better Pop-Tart than the original? That's what this is all about. Just one, okay? One ain't gonna kill nobody. I hope. And then continue to stir. All right, once this hits 220 degrees, it is completely ready to take off the fire. We are almost there. Come on, baby. Give me 0.5 degrees. There we go, okay, it's done. Let's cut the heat. Let's get this off, and this should have turned syrupy now. If it didn't, honestly, I don't know what to tell you guys. We're gonna put it in our little jar. Hopefully this doesn't melt. It is plastic, but it's hard plastic. Check that out. Ooh. So as this cools down, it'll also get a little bit thicker. Yeah, thicker, just how we like our strawberries. Thick as hell. This is very pretty. Smells, doesn't actually smell like strawberries at all. It kind of smells like hot glue.
Uh-oh.
A little sus, to be honest. All right, we're gonna let this cool off, put it in the corner, and let's start making our dough. When it comes to making the dough for the Pop-Tart, it's a little bit different than making your normal dough, and I'll explain that when it comes. But this dough is also coming in multiple parts because we're gonna need to do a couple different things here. First thing we're gonna need to do to make this dough, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. We're also gonna need some butter, but we're gonna need to chop this up into some small cubes first. So now we add in our 1 cup of cubed butter. So now we need to mix this up, and don't worry that the butter is gonna be kind of clumpy in there because we want pea-sized clumps in there. So start to mix with a whisk. You know what? Sometimes even machines don't work. I gotta use my hands. Don't worry, they're clean. It almost looks like Parmesan cheese. So like I said, there's multiple parts to this. What we're gonna need to do next is crack 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of milk, and then whisk it together. I need to become better whisker. And now we pour this step into this step, making a new step. Mix that together. Sometimes using your hands just makes things a lot easier until it starts to stick. Check this out, look at this. So it starts to actually pick up everything in a way and actually starts to hold together like dough. Look at this. That's like a solid piece of dough right now. So now that it's all stuck together, grab a little flour in your hand, lay it out on whatever surface you're gonna be using. I'm using this cutting board because I love this cutting board. Place your dough on there. Make it into a disc because we're gonna cut it in half. So now grab your favorite pizza cutter or pastry cutter or just a knife if you don't have any of them and cut your dough in half. Slice it right down the middle. We are gonna actually let our dough sit for a little bit before we actually start going further with this. So put your dough in a plastic bag or saran wrap it. I don't have saran wrap, so plastic bag is gonna have to do. So once you're bagged up, throw them in the fridge for 15 minutes and just let them sit for a little and then you'll be good to roll them out. So before we take the dough out and start making the form of a Pop-Tart, we should find out how big a normal size Pop-Tart is so we can be pretty accurate with this. I can promise you that our Pop-Tart's gonna have a little bit more frosting than that. That kind of looks a little half-assed, but that's what happens when robots make Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, they used to
think
look
about
so
it, because
much
it's just
better.
probably an assembly line, you know what I mean?
I mean, they're all different.
They're all different. So the length of it is about 3 1/4, 4 1/2. 3 1/4, 4 1/2.
I could have grabbed you a piece of paper.
I got an expo marker. I'm hoping that comes off of there. Because if not, my landlord sees this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That was someone else. Look at that. That's such a thin layer. They literally like barely did this. Like when we make ours, I'm gonna stuff this because I want mine to be like thick. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to talk to you, but I can't. I love Pop-Tarts. But like there's not a lot of stuff in there. There's not a lot of jam. So I'm hoping that when we make ours, we really stuff this thing. When you bite into it, you're gonna know there's some strawberry jam in there. All right, let's grab out this dough and let's start rolling it out. Get some flour, put it down on the surface and lay half of your dough down. Then we're gonna grab a little bit more and just put it on the top just so we can easily roll it. So we want it to be 1/4 inch, so not too thick, but a little bit of thickness. So at this point, we have a nice flat surface. It looks really good. We need to really get rid of all these ruined edges because we don't want this to be part of our Pop-Tart. We want our Pop-Tart to look absolutely as best as it can. So let's cut these all off as best as we can, you know? So we got our dough completely laid out. They're not the most perfect square rectangles, but you know what? I'm gonna cut them again once they're completely done. So what we need to do now is we need to make like an egg wash to really make these like super brown and super delicious. So we're gonna crack an egg. And we're gonna put 1 teaspoon of milk. And then we're gonna whisk that together. And then we'll set that to the side for a second because we're only gonna need that on the top layer. So what we need to do now is we need to grab our jam. As you can see, this did solidify. Look at that, it's like a syrup now. Like that's proper jam. I also have some canned red raspberry jam just so we can make 2 different types of Pop-Tarts so we could see whether or not our jam was actually good or if we should just go with like already a pre-made jam. So we're gonna try them both. Grab a little bit of your stuff, not too much. You really don't wanna grab too much because you wanna make sure it's gonna be able to close. Put a good amount, maybe like a teaspoon or so. I'm gonna taste the strawberry jam. Look at this though. You can actually see the strawberry still in it. That's pure. You still see the strawberry seeds. All right, we're gonna taste this jam real quick because I wanna see, did we even make this right? Whoa, that's good, and it has chunks of strawberry still in it. This is gonna be an amazing Pop-Tart, guys. Okay, I'm also curious, you know, I'm curious on whether or not maybe a red raspberry Pop-Tart would be better than a strawberry Pop-Tart. It just doesn't look as like nice as ours. I mean, it does have that same syrupy effect, but it's more of like a jello-y. Like, look at, ours doesn't shake when we move it. This one's like, so now what's gonna happen is we're gonna grab our other pieces and we're gonna put them on top. So we're gonna lay it like this. What we're gonna need to do is we're gonna wanna press around the edges. So it might come out a little bit, but that's all right. So you're really securing this and you're securing that the jam isn't gonna come out when we cook it. And then we're gonna fork press it around after that. So watch this. Just to really secure it shut. And also give us a little design around it. Because if we're doing this, we're doing it right, you know what I mean? It's gonna be beautiful. This next point, you can kind of trim these up to make them a little bit better square so they look more like a Pop-Tart. So kind of just take off just the edges, just to clean them up a little bit. So now we have to bring back our egg and our milk mixture, and what we're gonna do is basically paint everything. I kind of lost my butter brush, so I have to use a real paintbrush. I know I've used this to actually paint pictures before, but a little paint never kill nobody, right?
I think it does.
Well, hopefully a little paint don't kill us, okay? Because this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna basically just get this a nice thin layer over everything. This will make it a nice, pretty brown for us. Now that these are all ready, they look good, we need to put them in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I know you're probably thinking, why would we do that when we're gonna put them in the oven? Well, because that's what the recipe says. I don't question things. So it's been 30 minutes and we let these bad boys sit in the fridge. They look good, they feel kind of hard. Honestly, I'm hoping they get soft again inside of the oven. I really don't know. If not, we kind of just wasted all this time. Either way, let's throw these things in the oven. Our oven is heated to 350. We're gonna put it in there for 20 minutes. Now it is time to make my favorite part, and it's the icing. And believe it or not, icing is really easy to make. It's literally just powdered sugar and water. I know, it sounds absolutely absurd. Like, how is that gonna make icing? It just does, I tasted it earlier. We're gonna add some sugar. You can just kind of add as much sugar as you really want, to be honest. However much icing you want is how much sugar you put. So I'm gonna use this much. That's about 1/4 cup. We're gonna go very, very slow with this, okay? You don't wanna rush this at all. If you put too much water, you wasted everything. You're gonna need to add more sugar. You need ice cold water. We're gonna go 1 teaspoon at a time. So here's the first teaspoon. And we're gonna mix that up. We're gonna see what happens. So clearly that didn't do anything. We're gonna need more for sure. Get another in there. That up. Look at that, it's starting to turn, you see that?
Yeah, you make a mess.
I just get excited, look at that. Wow,
That's all you
and just
need.
like that, we made icing.
I feel like we'll need more though.
We might, but you know what, let's start slow. Look at this, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was probably the easiest thing we've done today and probably the tastiest, I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what makes me really mad is
What?
all those times we get the cinnamon buns, we run out of icing.
We always wanted more.
We could've just
But
made
how
it.
many times did we have that stacked in there? Or remember the one time when we made cinnamon buns and we put the icing in there for 30 seconds instead of 10 and it exploded and we had nothing? We were dipping our cinnamon buns off of the microwave. We could've just made some more. Oh no.
Oh, do they all pop?
No, no, no. All 3 of the ones did that we made the jam. The one where we used pre-made the raspberry jam stuck together.
Interesting.
Either way, let's let them cool off before we put the icing on there just so everything sets. But I will say the color of the actual like Pop-Tart, it actually even feels like a Pop-Tart. It looks like a Pop-Tart, it feels like a Pop-Tart. Essentially the exact same, like the same goldenness, everything. Yeah, we can't mess this up. We can't afford to mess this up. Slow and steady wins the race. I mean, as soon as that dries, that will look good, huh?
Wow, and that's a gourmet Pop-Tart if you ever ask me.
If it stays. If the liquid hardens and stays. I mean, realistically, how would it get hard? It's not hot. You know what I mean? Like, don't we have to wait for something hot to turn cold and that's when it hardens?
I mean, glue's cold and it dries.
That's true. Alright, let's keep going. Honestly, guys, listen, I'm actually pretty proud of these. Like this, we have come a long way. This started about 2 hours ago, and now we're here with 4 Pop-Tarts. I could have ran to the store probably 65 times and had 65 boxes, but that doesn't matter, because we did this. So here is an original, and here's ours. Although they aren't the perfect squares, don't blame that on me. I didn't take a polygamy class. Is that what it is?
Nah, polygamy is like when you like have like 6 girlfriends or
Oh,
something.
I meant 6 sides. Geometry.
Polygamy? What's that shape called?
I think it's a Pokemon. Polyarmus. Something like that. Either way, all I'm saying, guys, is our Pop-Tarts low-key smack. I mean, I don't know if they smack, but they look good. I'm not even gonna lie, these things look good. They almost look better than an actual Pop-Tart, and I don't know if that's me being biased or if this is legit, but look at them yourself. I mean, this is the original, and here is ours. Which one would you rather eat? The ones that we made look like they're homemade, like you'd go into like a pastry shop or something, and they'd have these, and you'd be like, oh my God, those are Pop-Tarts. Like, they just look really good to me, and they look very aesthetic. These, on the other hand, they obviously look great too, because they're Pop-Tarts. As you can see, the sprinkles are a little bit different. We couldn't find these sprinkles, so we had to do with what we could. Let's open up these things so we can compare the insides before we taste them.
Yeah, we're like double.
We're like double. We're like 2 of them, probably.
Oh, that cut. Oh.
So yeah, ours is definitely thicker with not only the dough, but you know, inside too. Like, look at this. I'm barely pushing on it, it's oozing out.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen when you squeeze. Like, it does, but like not like ours, you know what I mean? They're making probably thousands of Pop-Tarts a second, you know what I mean? Like, there's probably an assembly line going, so it's not gonna look like this. And that's the same thing with like McDonald's or a fast food place, you know? Like, their burgers aren't gonna be the same as a homemade restaurant burger.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a little
and
different.
check the expiration date. Like, how long do Pop-Tarts last?
Yeah, that's interesting. February 24th, 2021.
Okay, so it
they're
lasts
good
a year.
For a year.
And these only last like 5 to 6 days, and they go bad.
How do you know?
Because it says like you must eat them.
Oh, because,
go bad.
well, think about it. This is another thing to think about, okay? On the original Pop-Tarts, they last a year, right? Ours can't because we used real strawberries. Like, think about that. You can't have a real strawberry sitting there without any kind of artificial preservatives. Like, we don't have that. We have an all-natural, you know, besides the sugar, but the all-natural strawberries in there, I don't really know what they used here. They could be all artificial flavoring. Either way, I think we gotta taste this thing. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Let's try the original Pop-Tart, all right? Just because we have to do that, and that's usually what we do. Sticky, but good. Nothing can go wrong with that. I love that. I always love Pop-Tarts. But now it's time to taste one that we made. Homemade Pop-Tarts. Ooh, I'm so excited. Here we go. Oh my God. You can taste the strawberry. Like, this I didn't even know was strawberry. Oh my God. I know I say that a lot of our stuff is better than the original, and like, I'm not even tooting my own horn here. This is the best Pop-Tart I think I've ever eaten in my life. And I swear to God, I put that on my mom's life. This is the best. Jake, the only way I can really be honest and like let the people know is like have another person try this. So Jake, please take a bite of one of these and tell me what this tastes like.
Wow. It has so much weight to it.
Whoa, is that a new hat by the way?
Yeah, you like my new hat?
Yeah, I didn't know you
had
had
BrennenTaylor.com.
Yeah, I didn't know you had merch.
Hell yeah, dropping it.
Okay, we'll go check it out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's strawberry jam.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. Literally the dough, everything.
And literally the dough is the same consistency as a Pop-Tart.
Right, like right when you bite into it, it crusts off like,
oh my
like
God,
a Pop-Tart.
it's exactly the same.
Honestly, we ate a strawberry Pop-Tart from the Pop-Tart company and it didn't taste like strawberry to me.
No, it doesn't taste
Ours
like strawberry.
tastes like strawberry. Like I can really taste the strawberries in there because you guys remember when I tasted it earlier, there was chunks of strawberry in it. Amazing. It definitely better, definitely gourmet, definitely has flavor that I never even knew a Pop-Tart was supposed to have, and the fact that this one just gave me this punch of flavor makes me realize this is the superior Pop-Tart.
And let's talk about how easy it was. Like, yeah, we had to do a lot of things. We made it from scratch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like hard. Like the Panda Express, that was hard.
Yeah, like there was a lot more that went into to other ones. This one was more of just like, you know, you had to make each and every little thing and then combine it into one thing, while others you had to do all this. Regardless, I know it takes a while, maybe an hour or two to actually make this, but it is so worth it. If you have time to follow me following a recipe, I would definitely highly recommend it because, wow, that's literally all I have to say. I'm literally gonna package these two up and I'm gonna send it to my mom because she needs to try these two. That's how good this is.
Did he make this handmade?
Yes.
Wow.
Give it a go.
Oh, and it's so thick. I'm not gonna lie. It is so good, so juicy. Now, if I have to compare, this is like kind of dry and like old, and this just tastes so fresh. Crust is way better.
And we made that jam from scratch. Fresh strawberries.
He needs to open up a pop-up.
Hold, we forgot to try the one that had the store-bought red raspberry, and as you can see, that is a lot of raspberry. And you look how it stays together. Like ours pours out. If I squeeze it, it will actually pour out. So I'm gonna taste this thing.
That kind of scares me.
That one looks like a jelly-filled donut.
Yeah.
You know how you just take a bite and you're just like, oh my God, what was all that taste? Let's try it. Doesn't do it for me, but I don't know if it's maybe just because I didn't like the raspberry inside of the Pop-Tart. I'm gonna stick with my strawberries. Those things are amazing. A lot of times, I either get rid of the food, because it's a lot of sugar. I don't want to eat it all. This time I ain't. I'm finishing it all.
Yeah, he's almost done. Look at him all go. He's only eating the inside.
I'm actually eating them. Wow, what an epic episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up, and please do me the biggest favor in the world and just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click it and then you subscribe. We're gonna get to 4 million. That's my goal. I hope we can do this. Please subscribe. If you haven't already noticed, I have merch. Jake has merch. Go see it. BrennenTaylor.com. Just check out what we got. Every order, you get some free stickers. So if you buy his merch, you're still gonna get free stickers. So go check it out. BrennenTaylor.com. Until next time, I love you guys with the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys later. Peace.